You can't tell from this picture, but this girl's about 4 stories tall. Hi, I'm Mark, and this is Subliteral Network. I make art and comics, and thanks for watching. Remember to hit like and subscribe, and to leave your feedback in the comments. I post art daily, 5 days a week on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and this is a roundup of that work in case you missed it, with a little more detailed description added. You can read my Una the Cave Bunny comics free at radiocomics.com, and please visit my Patreon page if you would like to support my work. All these links are in my description and bio, and please watch till the end so you don't miss anything. Now, this is a giant woman from my file of unfinished pencil drawings, which are a bunch of sketches that I start and kind of don't finish. They don't take a direction until one day I just pull them out of there. I got nothing to do, and I'll just take them and finish them up. So this one, well, okay, as a picture of a giant woman, you can tell that it came from that file because there's nothing really in it to give her the scale that would tell you that she's giant. For instance, I might have drawn like some tiny houses or like something, tiny people, just so you know that she's big. But as it is, you can't tell, but she's about the size of the water tower on the Warner Brothers studio filming lot. So this is a pencil drawing for one of the monthly wallpapers that I do for my patrons over on my Patreon page. It's part of a wide-angle drawing that I do, and so I'm starting out in pencil here with Una the Cave Bunny, who usually lives in the jungle. Kind of, the jungle, the dinosaur valley, that whole thing. But here she's in, I just decided to draw her in some winter gear. Just kind of an Ice Age prehistoric version of her, which is a little different than what I usually do. So I'm drawing it and I'm going, man, I would love to do an Una Ice Age story. Maybe she goes to the pole or something. The rest of the world is jungle. It's a prehistoric world, dinosaurs and all that. But she goes to like one of the poles and has an adventure up there and with whatever's up there at the time. Yeah, a little more pencil work than is usual this week. But the pencil stages are... that's where you're working out the ideas and you're putting shapes together and you're seeing what works and what doesn't. So with this jungle girl, I decided to give her like this big tremendous butt, and what that meant was that everything has to end up looking proportional when you get in there. And her calves look extremely short now that I've made her hips so wide, so I'm going to have to go in there and draw them longer, and I'm possibly going to have to tape a piece of paper to the end of it and draw them that length and then ink them and fix them up in Photoshop. And this is what you do. Before you had digital drawing where you could just expand the canvas. Me and people like me were taping extra pieces of paper to the drawing to finish it out or to add things, and that's how it used to be done. So a lot of us out here have this problem of drawing bigger than the paper. Like, see what I did? I shrunk her knife down into a little tiny curve thing so I could fit on the paper, and I probably subconsciously shrunk her legs down to fit in the picture. At some point I decided to draw all these shrunken body versions of Tara from the Herculoids, which is an old cartoon from the 60s. I think I drew about 4 or maybe 5 of them, inked them up with Sharpies, had a bunch laying around and just started coloring them up in Sketchbook Pro, which was kind of fun. See, I was trying to get a little more creative with some of the greenery and the background painting that you see in there. I'm going outside the lines, I'm erasing it, leaving some of it in, putting more on top of that. I was having a great deal of fun with Sketchbook Pro. Just before I got Procreate, I was stretching the limits of what Sketchbook Pro could do. They weren't really bad limits that it had, but it did have limits, and I didn't really find out about that too much until I was working in Sketchbook Pro, which is just so superior. I'll never say really a bad thing about Sketchbook Pro. It did what they said it would do, and it didn't give me any problems. It's just that Procreate has a lot more capabilities in it. So I love that old Sketchbook Pro work. A lot of those brushes really are just unavailable anywhere else, and I really enjoyed it.